After 9 years at the heart of food, conversation and community in Ennistymon, Sinéad Ní Ghairbhith is stepping away from the cheese press. What began with Irish farmhouse cheese at local markets grew into a much-loved shop where people came as much for the chat as for the cheese. And Sinéad is with us now. Sinéad, thank you for making time for us this morning.
No problem, Alan. How are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you, though? 9 years at the heart of the cheese press. You're handing over the reins. Tell us what has led to this significant change in your life, and it's going to be a significant change for people who frequent the cheese press.
Well, luckily the cheese press will still be here. I'm here for another 2 weeks. I'm finishing on the 2nd of February, the bank holiday Monday. And a lovely chef called Liam Prendeville, who's living here locally, is going to take over. So I think it'll only improve with regard to food offerings for lunches and for breakfast. So that's good. I'll be able to be just a customer to come in and relax instead of trying to multi-fail, as I always say.
Multi-fail. Is that, I suppose, the overriding factor behind your decision, Sinead? There are just a lot of elements within your life and it's juggling a lot of, spinning a lot of plates in the air, and it's hard to keep doing that?
Well, no, I mean, I still enjoy doing it. I jump out of bed in the mornings. I love coming into the cheese press because you never know what's going to happen or who you're going to meet or who you're going to connect with. So, but then I was thinking about, I'm a single mom, so I've always been very busy with my kids because I've been working full time all the time as well. So when Liam came in and expressed interest in opening up a business in Ennistymon because he's a brilliant chef, I thought, well, this could be a perfect handover time for me to get out with the cheese press still be here. So I thought, it's time. I'm 52 now, and I just I'd love to be cooking my dinner without resentment of being wrecked after a day's work and actually being happy to do it, and just have time maybe to go back studying my Irish, studying my Tibetan. I'm hopefully going to do a stage up in Homestead Cottage, and I will be taking over the selling of the slippers that I've been selling in my shop for the last 9 years for this charity in Mongolia, so people will still be able to buy them online at madeinmongolia.net. So I'm sure I won't be bored in any way, shape or form.
It sounds like you'll be kept going, yeah. But it's, I suppose many people who've had to step away from a business or work life will understand the wanting to make time for other things. And you will still be going into the cheese press as a customer, as you say, Sinead. But it became, during your tenure there, about much more than cheese. It became a real social space. Did you expect the kind of conversation and connection to become such a big part of the business?
Well, I had done the markets for 9 years, and from doing the markets, I could see, for instance, in Kinvara, there would be people who would come up every week, and partly you knew that might be the only conversation they'd have in a week. So I could kind of see how it was really important to have a space, whether it's a market stall or a cafe, where people can turn up and be heard and have a human connection without having to be a burden. Because when you're low or lonely, you don't feel like ringing up somebody and saying, I'm feeling low. Whereas you can just turn up and it's no big deal, you're not kind of saying. I do think there's a lot of problems in society at the moment, and I think the main cause of a lot of the problems is a disconnection from fellow human beings. So I think places like the cheese press can prevent that, where people can feel seen and heard and connected with another human being without being a burden.
I'm sure you're proud of a lot about the cheese press, but you were the first first retailer to sell only Irish farmhouse cheeses. Why was that so important to you?
I suppose you see what's happening in America now, like that previous interviewer was on about. I mean, all that's happening because we've given all our money to a handful of people, so now they can dictate whatever happens in the world. And unless we pull our money out of those corporations, we're going to be at the helm of these completely insane dictators like Trump. And so I think buying local is the way. You don't give your power away. We have whatever money we earn, how we spend it, how we invest it, dictates the state of the world, basically. And if you buy local, you're supporting a local farmer, as opposed to buying something from a company that's owned by a massive oligarch or a billionaire, and then they get to control the world because they control so much of the money. But they can't do that without us giving them our money, What do you hope never changes about the cheese press, even with Liam at the helm in due course? Well, the same staff will be here, and they're well used to people walking in and wanting to feel a connection. So, and Liam is lovely, so he's really approachable person. So I think hopefully it won't change that much with regard to people feeling at home and welcome in the cheese press.
Oh, well, look, it sounds like things are going to continue, and people who are used to seeing you in there will still see you in there, just not quite as much. But a well-earned step back after 9 busy years, although you'll be quite busy, it sounds like, in different context. Sinead, well done, and hopefully we're speaking to you again soon, be it on Mongolian slippers or other things as well. Thanks very much for joining us on the show.
All right.
Take care. That is Sinéad Ní Ghairbhith there, the outgoing owner of the cheese press in Ennistymon.